Good afternoon, everybody. I am up for the day. It is Sunday, January 20th, I think. I think it's the 20th. Um, it is Martin Luther King's observed birthday. I know the official national holiday is tomorrow, but today is the day that designated as a national holiday for Martin Luther King and for his birthday. And I'm super excited about that because I love Martin Luther King. Um, I wouldn't be doing my job right now if it were not for the efforts of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I wouldn't be. Um, it's super, super important that we always remember the sacrifice that he made for everyone, not just black people, but everyone um, in America and around the world. People pay attention to his teachings even today, as well they should, because that man was crucial. Okay, let's just go on and talk about the crucialness that was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Um, that is why to this day, if I ever write a headline in a newspaper anywhere, I will not use MLK abbreviations. I will never ever use the abbreviation. I will say King or I will say Martin Luther King Jr. I will always use his full name or his last name. I will never abbreviate it as MLK because that's not cool. He deserves and he should be respected as a human being to have his entire name used or his last name. Um, he has earned that. And so, this whole business with abbreviating MLK, I will never, ever, ever, I don't care if it does save space in a headline. You will never see me do it. I'll just say King in that respect. Um, and that's just something I feel very strongly about. Um, but yes, I'm pretty excited about it. I thought about it at work because I had to put a headline on the page yesterday for today's paper that was talking about Martin Luther King. So, and closings dealing with that. So, also speaking of which, with closings, it seems I'm gonna have to go back to Graham tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm gonna have to go Tuesday since everything's closed Monday for the national holiday. I'm gonna have to go back to Graham and find out what's going on with my paperwork. I'm missing one piece of paperwork, which is I think the certificate of divorce in the state of North Carolina. And I kind of want all my paperwork because I'm going to need something with an official seal that says, yeah, you're divorced. I need to do that. And I was supposed to, in the instructions, it says you're supposed to get this from the clerk of court during the hearing. Well, I didn't get any such thing from the clerk of court during the hearing. And I don't know what the deal was, but I'm going to need to get that. So I'm going to go get that because I've got to start changing my name on everything, and I haven't done it yet. I haven't started doing it because I wanted to make sure I had all my paperwork. Well, I realized I was missing that one piece of paperwork, and I was like, the fuck, Graham? God, this is going to be annoying. So I'm going to have to go down there and do that. I'm going to have to call them and find out what I need to do. I have the form. I can fill it out and have it sit. I can fill it out and take it to them within 20 minutes, but I didn't know I needed it. So until I went back and looked at the instructions. So I'm kind of pissed about that part. Because I really, like I said, I really wanted to be done with my divorce and have all my paperwork in order and be finished. Like, my divorce is final. There is no, it's not like it's not final or anything. It's just that I don't have all the paperwork, which is annoying as hell. So, anyway, I am, I'm at home today. I'm off today, and I work tomorrow, and then I'm off. I'm off again on I think Thursday. So I got stuff I can do around the house. I really got to get started on GI stuff. I really haven't started yet, other than getting the budget finalized and getting things done. I haven't done anything that I really need to do, and I'm being lazy about things and taking time to do other stuff. So, um, I'll get around to that, I guess, at some point. This is so annoying. I hate being lazy. And this year, also, I'm gonna do my best to get out of debt. The whole key here is if I can get back home to Columbia and I can move back home, I can be out of debt within 2 years. I have about, I figure between $5,000 and $6,000 worth of debt in terms of credit cards and money that I owe. My parents have been like, yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about paying us back the money that you owe us. Even though, your slack ass ex-husband was the reason why you had to borrow this money in the first place. Don't worry about it. Like, that's not your fault. You were doing it to keep your household afloat because your ex-husband couldn't get a fucking job and keep one. Because he was lazy and a stupid fuck. So, I, I'm starting to pay off things, and I'm going to start getting out of debt because I'm sick of this. I'm 31 years old. I will be 32 years old this year. I'm 31, and I'm up to my eyeballs in fucking debt. That's crazy. Like, I don't have student loans anymore because they're all paid off. But I shouldn't be this far in debt. I really shouldn't. And it's for stuff that's not even necessary. It's like credit card debt. And I'm the one who got stuck with the bills. My name is on all of this stuff. So I feel like, I'm 31. I need to pay off my debt. I need to be comfortable. I'm tired of just eking by and not doing something for myself because, I was worried about taking care of someone else who in the end fucking left me with holding the bag. Like, it wasn't worth it. It really wasn't worth it. And so now I'm the one stuck paying this. But, once I get out of debt, that's it. I'm out of debt and I'm not getting back in it. I got to hope that my car holds up. I've got to hope that I can get a job in Columbia that I can, as long as I can get a job there that pays, close to what I'm making now or even a little less than that. But at least like where I get $1,000 a month after taxes and all that, I'll be straight. I can pay off my bills. I won't have to pay rent. I won't have to pay utilities, like crazy utilities. And like food and stuff, my mom goes to the grocery store fairly often for her and my dad. And so like I will contribute that to the household and I will pay her some money. I will pay her some money. I will never just live there without paying them any money. I don't feel right doing that. And I was raised better than that. So, I feel like I need to do something. I've got to do something this year. I'm so sick of this. I've been in the industry I'm in. I've been in the journalism industry for 9 years and I have nothing to show for it except debt and a failed marriage. So I got to do something. I got to do something to take care of myself. I'm taking care of myself now and my bills are up to date and current and everything. I'm not behind on anything. So that's a good thing. But I don't know. And I got some terrible news earlier from my mom dealing with her illness. And we got good news, but it's also some bad news mixed in there. So I'm now, time is pressing on me and I've got to get home and I've got to get back there and take care of her. I have to, and it's hard. I can't just up and leave here. I can't up and leave Burlington because I don't have a job where I'm going. I have a job here, and I have bills, but, I can't just up and leave, and she knows this, and she said, don't jeopardize that, you get here when you get here, and, I told her, I said, Mama, just hold on, I know it seems like everything is just falling apart around us, but just hold on and try not to die on me in the next year or two, please. I know she doesn't have control over that, but I feel like I feel like I'm better about it now because I know what terminal illness means. And she's terminally ill, basically. She's terminally ill. She has cancer, and the kind of cancer she has, there's no cure for. So the cancer's going to kill her eventually. It's going to kill her. And there's nothing really we can do about it. She can do chemo and have treatments and stuff, but she ain't going to be cured. So, I mean, barring a miracle from God, she ain't going to be cured. So, in addition to dealing with my divorce, I found out shortly after my husband or my ex-husband left that my mother was sick and she was terminally ill. Basically, I knew immediately, knowing what kind of cancer she has. I knew it's one of the worst kinds you can have, and there's no cure for it. Most people who have this, they're gonna die from it. So, I mean, I had hope that, she would be okay, but you always hope and pray that, cancer doesn't fuck somebody up and that they can, cure the cancer, but she's gonna die from this. There is no cure for it. So, yeah, in addition to being abandoned, my mother is now dying, and my mother is my best friend. She's one of my best friends in the world. I mean, she's my mom, obviously, but she's one of my best friends in the world. Like, I can call her right now and tell her anything, and, I can talk to her about anything, and she has been there for me numerous times, more times than I can count, more than anyone else in the world, and she's taken care of me my entire life, and she tried to make sure she did the best that she could and sent me out in the world and prepared me for life, and she did a pretty damn good job considering considering it was just the two of us for a long time. It was just the two of us for a long time because my parents got divorced when I was 5. And they didn't get remarried until I was like 29, 30. Like, it was 25 years in between when they divorced on paper and when they got remarried. And there was a wife and a child in between that time too. So, on my dad's side. So, yeah, I know what it was like to be by myself and, with my mom and it be just the two of us. So, when I sit up here and I tell you that my mom is my best friend, she is my best friend. She is the one person in the world that I can call and tell anything to. And she will not judge me. And if she does judge me, she will tell me the truth. She will not sugarcoat things. She will not lie to me. My mother has never lied to me. As far as I know, my mother has never lied to me. And that's where I get that from. I have very high intolerance for lying, and it's because of my mom. My mom taught me, there's a right way to do things and there's a wrong way. So when my husband abandoned me, the first thing she said was, the fuck. The entire fuck. What is wrong with him? This is somebody that, I treated as if he were my own child. I took him in my house. I put a roof over his head, provided for him, made sure he had transportation to and from where he needed to go. And this motherfucker couldn't even be grateful enough to be loyal to my child. I didn't have to do that, and you didn't have to do that either. And, you didn't have to stick with him for as long as you did. You didn't have to take care of his ass when he didn't have a job and he didn't want to take care of himself. And he didn't want to do the shit he was supposed to do and, take care of his responsibilities. Like, nobody had to do that except him, and he couldn't even be bothered to do that shit. So, as you can imagine, the divorce did not go over very well in my family. All of my family members were basically like, fuck him, and you deserve better. You deserve far better. No one deserves to have to go through what you went through. And, don't be a victim and, try to move forward as best as you can. It's going to be hard, but try to move forward as best as you can. But don't let some motherfuckers' shortcomings fuck you over because, you're better than that. And you didn't abandon your spouse. You didn't lie to your spouse every day for years and then have the nerve to be like, oh, it's your fault. No, motherfucker, no. So, as you can imagine, my parents are pretty much upset right now, and they're very concerned about me. I'll be okay. I will be. Eventually, I'll be okay, and I won't be as angry, and I won't be as sad. But they're pretty upset about stuff because, this is their child that's going through something very painful that was completely unnecessary. And this was someone they liked. I mean, my parents loved him. They did. They loved him. They loved my ex-husband. They loved him to death. And my mom especially, she loved him to death. She really thought that, he had it together and that he was a good person. And it turns out he isn't. So, I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know how my in-laws or my former in-laws feel about things. And I don't really particularly care. There's some crazy motherfuckers anyway. So, I'm not that concerned. When you don't really interact with your child and you don't teach them nothing and you send them out in the world and they're ignorant as shit and they do this crazy ass shit and all you can say is, oh, well, he'll be all right. No, he needs his parents. He needs somebody in his family. Somebody should have been like, let me help you. Something. Don't send your child out in the world ignorant as fuck and expect them to make something of themselves and then be disappointed when they don't. I don't have a whole lot of kind words for my former in-laws. I don't. I really don't. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go on record right now and say, fuck y'all. Because y'all some crazy motherfuckers. First of all, I'm not going to put his business out in the street. But he went through some shit, okay, as a child. He went through some shit. And where the fuck was his parents? Oh, well, we really can't be bothered with him because he's a boy and he has sisters and whatever. Take care of your motherfucking kids. Seriously. Do not send your children out in the world and you don't take care of them. That just pisses me off so much. And he's too old for this shit. He's like 37, 38, 37, I guess. 37. The motherfucker's 37 years old and he can't hold down a serious relationship. He did for some years with me only because I tried as hard as I did. And then when I call you for help and I say, there's something wrong with your child, he's fucked up. He's fucked up. The dude's fucked up in the head. He's got problems. He needs people. He needs his people around him. Obviously, it can't be me because I can't take care of him. And the best you can say is, oh, well, I don't know nothing about it. I'm sorry he did this to you, but I don't know nothing about it and I don't know where he is. I haven't talked to him. What in the fuck? Seriously? Oh, and when we lived near them, because we lived near my in-laws for a while. We lived there probably 2.5 years. Almost 3 years. We lived near my in-laws. 45 minutes away. And the only time I see you motherfuckers is like maybe twice in the 3 years that we lived there. What the fuck? Seriously? That's some old bullshit. That is some serious old bullshit. And when I come to your motherfucking house and I sit up there and I eat your food at your table and I'm trying to talk to you and have a conversation with you and get to know you and shit, and you act like I have fucking 5 heads or some shit, or I'm crazy as a motherfucker because I'm trying to get to know you because you're my mother and father-in-law. No, that's some old bullshit. Okay? Let's be honest. That's some old bullshit. You some crazy motherfuckers. And I'm glad I'm the fuck away from y'all. I really am. I wish I had known that y'all some crazy motherfuckers when I got married. Because I would have immediately been like, I'm not marrying him. Because this is some old bullshit. It really is. It's some bullshit. And, if I go through life and I never speak to you again, I will be motherfucking happy. My life will be complete. Because you brought nothing to my life except misery. You produced a fucked up child who thinks that abandoning his spouse is a good idea. Twice. That's just, oh my God, y'all are crazy. So, I'm saying, whoever watches this, you have my sympathies if you ever run into my ex-husband. I'm not going to name him because, he knows who he is. He knows who he is and he knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. He knows, but I will never, ever, ever, ever in my life go through the effort that I made to deal with my in-laws that I did. I will never do that shit ever again. And as for his fucking so-called friends, Fuck them too. Because I will never, ever, ever make an effort to try to get to know people's friends ever again. Not my significant other or my husband or whatever. I don't care who he is. I'm not making an effort to do it anymore. Because when I did make the effort, the motherfuckers fucked me over and then cursed me because they found some bullshit excuse to be like, oh, well, can't talk to you anymore. Fuck all of you, and you know exactly who the fuck you are. You know exactly who you are. Fuck you. You need to go help your fucked up friend, because he ain't got shit to his name right now. And he ain't got shit, and he ain't never gonna have shit, because he ain't never gonna be shit. Okay. I'm going to be calm now, and I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys understand what I'm dealing with, because this is some old bullshit. But, yeah, I felt like I needed to get that off my chest. I've held that in for about a year now. So, anyway, I'll be back later, probably. I don't know. I'm just really angry right now, and I'm not in a good mood because of what's going on with my mom. I'm really not. I feel like shit right now. So, anyway, I'll be back later, and I'll probably record a video later. I don't know. We'll see. Deuces.